Hey guys, this is Cherry Blossoms, and welcome back to Days of the Divine. So we haven't played this in a while, but we're back here playing it again, back on Senrei's route. So let's continue. Gradually I wake up. I overslept again, didn't I? There's so much to think about though, I really can't help it. Getting up, I take a careful look at my door. To my surprise, it's devoid of notes and sharp objects this time. However, I suddenly feel a chill running down my spine as I dress myself as quickly as possible. Surely he wouldn't...
Biyu, so you've finally awoken.
I knew it. Grandpa would never let me get away with it.
You are shaming our very ancestors with your behavior. Appropriate punishments are in order.
I'm sure the ancestors are lenient enough to forgive me for oversleeping a few times. I try not to groan at what's to come.
If it were my decision, I would have taken you to the shrine on the hill every morning to fight off the monsters. However, Liu Fan has convinced me that it's his duty to his god, and I respect his wishes in that regard. Therefore, I shall have to reduce it to following.
To the following. Oh man, I can speak.
For a month, you will do groceries on your own.
Oh, thank you, Liu Fan. You truly saved me here.
And each day you shall do the whole appreciation ritual to us Senrei for forgiveness and regards for your behavior. Starting now.
Without time to protest, Grandpa drags me to the ceremony room. Upon entering the room, Grandpa helps me with a few preparations we need to make. I take the ceremony... Oh my gosh. Everything's wrong. Okay. I take the ceremonial staff from the wall and This is what happens when you haven't read stuff in a while. Also, I just woke up. So the combination of the two is not good. Okay, restarting. Upon entering the room, Grandpa helps me with a few preparations that we need to make. I take the ceremonial staff from the wall and inspect it carefully. Let's see if it's still in good condition. The staff is nothing more than a fancy stick with some decorative paper hanging from the tip, but Grandpa makes me call it a staff. However, it's surprisingly heavy. It tires me out when I have to swing it around. I remember when I had to hold it with both my hands first, but after a while I could manage with just one hand. Normally the whole appreciation ritual is only done once every week to pay our respects to Senrei. Grandpa overlooks the people watching, while I do the hard work and strike the bell at the end of the ritual. It's pretty exhausting, but I've gotten used to it after so many years. I would dare and say I'm quite good at it now. What is it? What is it? Perhaps you could call it a dance. Standing in front of Grandpa, I take a deep breath and relax my body. Being all tense will bother my movements.
Begin!
As soon as Grandpa speaks, I begin the ceremony by placing my feet far apart from each other and keeping a somewhat straight but steady but ready position. My arm moves ever so slightly, tilting my staff as I start the dance. Sliding my feet as I move, my heels never leave the floor and my feet remain apart from one another. I swing, I step to the left, I step to my right, and I swing again. From low positions, from high positions, from slow, some fast. Movements are like second nature to me, so I don't have to think when I'm doing this. I wonder if Senrei cares what I'm doing here, or if he notices it for that matter. Making a thrust forward, something seems strange, as if the movements seem extra familiar somehow. I make another thrust, the tip of my staff on head height, before thrusting forward one final time. No one else has done the ritual in a long time, so that can't be it. I take a few more swings, deep in thought. I notice my movements getting muddled, so I let it go for now. After a while, I start whispering a soft mantra, the same one I used for today. The softly glowing seals appear, and follow my thrust and swings. If I repeat it, we reach the starting point again, after which I let them vanish. I feel calm and rested. Despite the exercise, I walk over to the bell and chime it. The ritual has ended.
Good job, Biyu. That was a fine performance. You're not the little girl anymore who keeps dropping the staff.
Grandpa's praising me and smiling. Yesterday too, I'm not used to it. I guess, though you couldn't blame me for it. Who thought letting a kid hold a heavy object for so long was a good idea? That's just me.
It builds character.
I shrug, but Grandpa keeps smiling. He's been smiling so much lately, it's a bit scary.
Now, since our new guest arrived, we have been short on stock, so go into the village and get those items.
He hands me a very long list with groceries and other daily needs written down on it. Oh, wait a second. Why didn't you tell me yesterday when we passed through town? Together, we could have easily brought it with us.
I forget things. Age is getting to me. Now hurry up because I need all those items.
Or do you mean you planned this punishment yesterday already? I sigh and start running. Stupid grandpa never changes. It took me a while to get everything, but I still managed to carry it on my own. Satisfied, I walked to the kitchen and get some well-deserved leftovers. Maybe I should just put an end to it, but can I? Maru continues mumbling, leaning on the railing absent-mindedly. I walk up to him, tapping him on the shoulder. He reacts in shock. Biyu! And what? You heard that? Don't think aloud if you don't want me to. I just don't know what to do about it anymore. What's bothering you? I don't think keeping silent about it will help any of us. Maybe let's just say I went to a pretty strange village. Maybe let's say I went to a very pretty village once. I heard people were really proud of their home there, but maybe let's just say I went to a very pretty village once. I heard the people were really proud of their home there, but that some jerk exploited them. I nod. He's probably talking about Senrei. I'll see where this goes. However, when I entered, the people he lived with begged me to seal him away. Really? This was before the mist came, wasn't it? Yeah, although now I feel a little bad about it. Why so? I don't know exactly what happened between them, but I just fought him out of jealousy. When I got the excuse, I didn't look further into it. I just assumed he was a jerk because someone told me. I softly tap his head. That's bad. I know. But you know, since then, he might have actually turned into something vile. I don't think he can cope with the hate, and if I do the wrong thing, I might get really bad. Doesn't he hate you? It might get worse if you go see him. I know, but if I don't, it'll get worse too. I think he's at his limit. He sighs, but then pats me on the head himself. Well, thank you for listening, and don't worry about it. I'll think of something. I try to speak up, but he interrupts me before I can. You came for a meal, right? I think Leovan knows you're up to something too, since he told me to give you this. Let's go to our rooms and rest, okay? Don't do anything dangerous. I can handle this. He pushes something in my hands. It smells delicious, but I seem to lost my hunger. Yeah. So this began because we hated him? Why would we hate him before the mist? Confused, I nearly miss Maru as he heads off with a wave. Maru, one last thing. Huh? I heard only other gods could seal him like this, so are you really... Without a word, Maru leaves, and eventually I do the same. Maru. Look, even in this room, he's a sweetie. He even recognizes, like, yeah, I did a bad thing. Like, he's so sweet. Okay. Lying on my bed, I turn around on my stomach and pick up the blade from the floor. Sheathing it, it glows dimly at me once more. It's such a beautiful sword. I wonder if Senrei enchanted it once. Why did he make such a sword when he has his own? Maybe he has two of them? The sword glows comfortingly. If only he changed back. I blink and sit up in surprise at my own thoughts. The story about Senrei must still be bothering me. Sneaking out of my room, I head off to visit the sealed god. Back again? This is a lot easier than the other days. Did something happen? As usual, Senrei doesn't seem to be doing much, yet he doesn't complain like he usually does. Nothing really happened, per se. Then what? You were ordered to keep an eye on me? Last time. I am your follower, I promise. Alright. Why are you so entrusting of me? Look around. I'm not exactly well liked by people, including yourself. Why would I trust a curious maiden so easily? For example, what if another god wanted to know? Another dog. I
What if another god wanted to know whether I've changed my mind or not? Asking a human spy would be easy.
Change your mind?
I told you, they locked me up in here because I was against their system. They want to remain omnipotent and have people abide by their needs. As long as you humans are ready to pray, they care not about you.
I have heard about other gods demanding offers, and the god on the hill as well, but... So you don't want to offer prayer, so you don't want offers or powers?
What for? So I might compete with those other sad beings? If we can live together without someone having absurd powers, then I don't need those things. You can work for your own bread, why shouldn't I?
I clenched my fists, trying to restrain myself. How dare you speak like that while harming everyone in the village with your mist? An uncaring god would at least leave us alone.
What's wrong?
I opened my mouth to speak, but ended up remaining silent. I'm still missing something, aren't I? What am I missing?
Biyu?
I look at him with surprise.
What? That was your name, wasn't it?
I nod.
Then why are you looking so tense?
Because I don't understand you.
Well, I don't understand you either, so...
Hey, Senrei?
What?
Let's try being friends.
What? Oh, Senrei.
Let's try being friends, because friends understand each other. Come on, Senrei. This time he seems to be having a hard time choosing his words. His gaze rests on my sword once more. Is something wrong?
Why do you carry that sword?
My grandpa gave it to me.
Could you hand me the blade for a moment?
Giving him the blade, Senrei takes it with a bit of hesitation, as if he's afraid to hold it. After a while, he finally unsheathes his sword. The good-as-new-looking blade shines in the dim light of the room. Oddly enough, the glow seems to be gone. He hands the blade back to me without a word. Senrei?
It's spotless.
I smile with pride.
I hate it.
He just stays silent, but I'm starting to connect the things. The sword, the appreciation ritual, his friend. Hey, can you teach me how to fight? Teach me what you taught him, and I'll see what I can do.
Why? What use do you have of it?
I can't explain it well, but please show me. He looks at me thoroughly before making his decision.
Well, fine. I'll teach you some things.
He's keeping a somewhat straight but ready position.
Footing is important in a fight. Place your feet like this and never let them get too close to each other, or you'll lose balance.
Sliding his feet as he moves, his heels never leave the ground, and his feet remain apart from one another. Make sure your heels stay on the ground for better stability. Now for attacking. Senrei went through the basic moves he could recall, while I listened quietly. I remember now. The moves Grandpa used in the fight against the monsters, my own movements in today's ritual, they're the same, but there was one other person. My mother didn't just chime the bell. Every move Senrei makes I know by heart. The last time I had seen someone perform them so flawlessly was years ago by my mother. I vaguely remember her holding the sword this one time. Grandpa tried to push her into carrying it with her too, but she and Dad always refused. Then that day came when she went into the forest without any means to defend herself, and she never came back. Grandpa, you weren't the one who told me the stories of the old Senrei because Mother and Father had always done that. I loved the story we inherited from our ancestors. Telling me about wonderful times where the god used to live among people and never punished anyone? That kind god who created monsters from some of our crops so that they could protect the forest as we picked herbs and gathered food without worry? Someday he would return, and then this place would be just as beautiful as it once was. I pushed those stories away because I spoke fondly of their murderer. But actually, I always kept dreaming, didn't I? Just like my parents. The white prayer quietly floats by, yet I feel as though it only confirms my thoughts. Our ancestor passed down this dance, so everyone knew how to fight and how Senrei would fight. I watch Senrei as he keeps explaining. Mother and Father couldn't end the dream. Does that mean it's my responsibility to put an end to this? I'm sorry. I pick up the sheath from the floor, but it drops again. My hands are shivering too badly.
Hey, what's wrong? Why are you crying?
Wiping my eyes, I manage to pick it up this time. Sorry, I have to go. I walk away with the sheath in my hands.
Biyu, your blade!
I stop. Instantly, I turn and start walking back to Senrei. It's up to me to wake us up. We've dreamt for too long. If I can take him off the guard here, then... He hands me the sword back. The screen closes, but I can still see his silhouette from the inside. He's close. I lift the blade, pointing it at his back, and stop. Staring at my sword, I don't understand it. My hands, the sword is still glowing with a faint white light. Please don't. I stare in shock at the blade. What's going on? These words aren't mine.
Say, Biyu?
Snapping me back to attention, I look up for my sword. I hesitated for too long. My chance is gone. I put away the sword and move forward.
Let's be friends.
Oh, Senrei. Why?
Because then I can understand you too, and maybe I can help you. I haven't helped anyone in a long time, and I just thought having a friend again would be nice.
Oh, don't hurt him, please. Fine, I don't know whose voices you are, but I'll want the truth in return. I won't walk away like everyone else is doing. Senrei, please tell me, why did your friend betray you?
Look, that's none of your business.
It is my business.
Why?
Your friend is my ancestor. That's why I have this blade. Why would someone who betrayed you build this shrine in your name? Tell me.
Fine. Do you know what happened?
He opened his screen with a strong pull.
We fought the god terrorizing his village. We fought long and hard, but in the end we were victorious. The cowardly god tried to beg for mercy so he could escape and return another time. I killed him, of course, but afterwards my friend asked me if we shouldn't have spared him. He, who was willing to end his life to stop this tyranny. When I suggested to him that my plans to liberate neighboring villages, they made up excuses not to. Even when a close-by god was weakened, they suddenly tried to stop me. Perhaps they were afraid. Perhaps after finding peace again, my friend and the others were afraid to lose it. But they sold me out, didn't they? I can feel my sword from here, so close by. If someone would give it to me, I could free myself. But no one did. Oh, I like this music. For years, for centuries, everyone ignored me and hid me from the outside world, keeping my sword just out of reach. The prayers had changed that day, too. Everyone I had considered a friend showed their true colors. Except for one. My friend found me and visited, but then when he saw me, he turned around and abandoned me as well. I didn't bother listening to prayers after that since then. The blade you carry. Before I was sealed, I had adjusted it so my former friend could fight gods with it. Gods who terrorized people. The sword could cleave even the best armor and will never wear. If I were to die, another god would likely come and visit them, but this would be enough to defeat them. I made him swear to use it if a horrible god ever made the people suffer again, but in the end, he didn't use it. That is a final proof of his betrayal of me. How do you know for sure? He takes the sword from me. As the enchantment is my doing, it carries some of my powers. For example, faster than I can follow, he slashes through into the black light surrounding him. The place that the sword was hit, a deep black has formed. It draws little within from whatever was hit. If blood was drawn with the sword, it would be stained forever crimson in that spot. But he betrayed me, just like everyone else. The sword was spotless. You can take this accursed sword back. It's yours now, whether you want it or not. I take back his friend's sword and take a good look at it. Why didn't you use it? At the very least, you could have killed Senrei with it. All the mist would have stopped. He's the only thing torturing us now, but you, Mother, everyone, you all let him live. White prayer still lingers around me, floating delicately through the air.
Hope? Is that it? Can I still forgive him after all he has done? I will try and bring him back. He's done some horrible things, but from the way he acts, from the way he talks, does he realize why we're keeping him locked up? What's he doing to us? Many people before must have hoped for his recovery, but they were too scared, too angry at him, weren't they? I'll tell them the truth. All I can hope for is that he can accept it. Senrei.
What?
I know what went wrong between you and others, because I've met a joyful god who was once in the wrong too. He's sorry for his actions, and I will fight for those who try to harm him. You seem to have a long history with other gods before you met your friend and the other villagers. You couldn't see what they were seeing that day.
See what?
Gods aren't without flaws, but you judge them all the same, Senrei. While your friend saw how afraid his oppressor was in the end, you could only see your own hate. They tried to stop you from attacking the other gods indiscriminately, but you didn't listen. So when other god came because of your actions, they did the only thing they could do to save you and locked you away. Everyone was trying to help you, but you just called them a traitor, and don't listen to them. Senrei doesn't respond, instead he just laughs, a hollow, empty laugh.
Tried to help me? Have you lost your mind? You're just like them, you don't care at all. If you'd kill me, you'd do so in a heartbeat.
Weren't you just saying right now that you wanted to be my friend? Then stop and listen for a moment.
Enough, I've tried it enough times. Look where it got me. Everyone hates me, I'll hate them back. I won't let you abuse my trust and friendship again.
The mist turns jet black and nears me quickly. Darn it, why? If you just have a little bit of faith in me, you would trust me. I run away as fast as I can through the darkest of the mists, which only seem to be growing thicker. Okay, so it seems like we're in the last stretch, but I don't have enough time to finish right now, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess we'll finish this next time. Bye-bye.